Wow, through the fire. Hi, my name is Joya, part 19. Welcome, beautiful one. I'm thrilled to see you here, to meet you again, and to share one other thought. So let's say you've just gone through a fire. Let's say you've just gone through an actual wildfire where everything you owned burned. Or let's say you've gone through a loss, which in a way, whatever you created, let's say with that person, all the hopes, the dreams, the plans burned. So my question today for you is, who, after all of this happened, who are you now? And my next question is, who will you, or are you in the process of becoming because of that experience? Yeah. I believe it's a very important question to ask. And what I can share with you out of personal experience is that when, and I'm going to use the actual experience of the wildfire, when you have gone through a fire and you were asked to let go of so much, do not fill your life right away with stuff again. Allow some time to pass. Allow the time that wants to pass to show you what's next, what is important. And allow yourself to be with it and sit with it. And a lot of it might show up, as it did for me, as not knowing. So who are you now after this experience? And who will you become? Who are you going to become? Who are you in the process of becoming? Another good question is to ask, who would I like to become? Because when we experience a letting go on such a large scale, it opens the opportunity and the window to create something new. And you can approach that in many different ways. One way, for instance, is to allow your life to show you what's next. And of course, that requires that you trust in life and you trust in the flow of life. And I know, especially after a fire, a wildfire, that's very difficult to, to implement. And it's worth the experiment. I look at these things as discoveries and experiments. So what happens when you allow life to take you by the hand? Another approach to it is that you actually spend some time and you write down who you were before the incident. You know, how would you describe yourself? What have other people said about you? How would you define who you were before that fire? And then look at, what's missing? Is there anything for instance, on my bucket list that I have not yet lived, that I have not yet allowed to enter my life. It's exciting. Or take it even one step further, and you might, if you like images like I do, and you like to create a collage, spend a few hours going through magazines, finding images that represent the now you. And no, not even the sky is the limit. This is an expansive universe, and you are in the process of recreation, of recreating yourself and your life. And no, anything's possible. And some of us, for instance, if I make that personal, I feel like I have really slimmed down. I have simplified my life. For me, less is more. I actually physically, I can't run around and do a million things at the same time as I used to do. And sometimes I'm disappointed that I can't. And at the end of the day, whatever I'm in, or whatever I turn my attention to, maybe I'm more present now. Hopefully I am. And I enjoy that. So who are you now after the fire, after the loss, after the letting go? Who are you becoming? Who would you love to become? Imagine that you are this artist of life and you get to create and recreate everything over and fresh and new. So I encourage you to take your time. Maybe fill your life with less stuff. Maybe savor moments of emptiness, of not knowing. Yeah, maybe integrate an aspect or a way of being that you love about somebody else, and you feel like I've always wanted to be or have that, how would I call it? Yeah, maybe it's a quality that that person has and you'd like to integrate it into your life. So, yeah, actually, what comes up right now is the end of this beautiful poem by Mary Oliver, where she says, "What will you do with your one wild and precious life?" And I might be paraphrasing here. So, after the fire, who are you now? Who would you like to become? Who would you like to create? If you were a painter, what colors will you have or be in this next chapter? What tones? If you were music, if you're a composer, what kind of music will you be in this next chapter of your life? If you were a sculptor, what material? Is it wood? Is it metal? Is it glass? Is it clay? How would you sculpt yourself? What would you look like? So, dear one, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? Thank you for listening. This was helpful. Please leave a comment below. If you need more support or you have a question, please reach out to me at Joya at www.joya.love. And until we meet again, many, many blessings. And I know it takes a strong one, a brave one, a bold one to move through whatever you're going through. So I bow to that. Send you a kiss. Mwah! And until we meet again, many, many blessings.